Bonjour les amis du vin. Welcome to Little Frenchie's Wine Club. This is for March. As always, you have a champagne. This is by Maison Henriot. Maison Henriot was established in 1801 along with the first cuvée. This was established by a widowed Apolline Henriot, and she developed the Brut Souverain, and she developed it in the way that is commonly done still today, where you're taking kind of a mash the same way you do in whiskey and leaving a reserve to go into the next batch, to go into the next year, so that the champagne not only showcases multiple plots of the vines. This actually has dominant Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and about 15% Pinot Meunier, but it's also showcasing years. So what that means is we have 1801 up in this glass, and it is fantastic. Little tiny bubbles play really nicely on the palate. You get some light mascarpone flavors coming to this like toasted almond finish. Pairs greatly with caviar, pommes vaccine, asparagus gratiné. Wonderful, wonderful wine. The family have always been really big pioneers for the soil, the environment, and the vine in Champagne. And they actually have the Alliance Terroir project today. Going into the second wine for Wine Club, the White French is one of my favorites. I think it's a favorite among many sommeliers. And this is Riesling. There's kind of a joke, how do you get a bunch of somms to be quiet? You stick a bunch of Riesling on the table. It's one of those first wines that we learn about, and it's one of the wines that you just never tire of exploring and drinking and tasting. It's absolutely fantastic. A lot of times it's thought of coming from Germany. This is from Alsace, a region known for white wine, and specifically Riesling. This is by Meyer, and this is a 2021. So lots of wonderful citrus, tangerine peel on the palate. Some lemon, mascarpone, jasmine. You get this nice slippery stone feel to it. And often that is because Alsace tends to have more like depth in the Riesling, a little more of a contrast, a little more diversity, and a little bit more of that viscosity. So you get that texture a little bit more from the Rieslings from Alsace. The minerality coming here is because the soils just have this vast array, from limestone to sandstone to clay to schist to granite. Come on into Frenchie and try this with the French onion soup. Our chef Matt Ceramic gave a recipe on the French onion and raclette dip that is absolutely fantastic with this. So if you're in the wine club, you're going to get that recipe. Enjoy this with mussels, clams, some dessert. This is a fantastic wine. The family has, again, a lot of history. In 1976, however, Hubert Meyer did drive this to bottle sales. And that is just in time for National Riesling Day coming up on March 13th. For the third and final wine in the wine club, it is a French red, of course. Coming from Chinon. This is by Pierre and Bertrand Couly, and Chinon has a lot of history in the Loire Valley. Really rich history, from kings and princes to Joan of Arc to Francois Rabelais, the Renaissance era, great architecture. People go to the Loire and Chinon for a number of reasons. I think one of the biggest contributions, though, is Cab Franc. Cab Franc is grown all over the world, but in Chinon, it is so specifically distinct. It's absolutely wonderful. I have a wonderful affiliation with this wine because my mother loves wine from Chinon. This is La Haute Olive. It is a 2019. And just like the history of the Loire, the Couly family also has some amazing, amazing history. Their history dates back to about the 1500s and dating back as winemakers, actually. So this is just an absolutely spot on, wonderful example of Cab Franc from Chinon. It's got nice earthy and herbaceous notes and some black pepper, dusted cocoa and tobacco on the palate. Enjoy this with chicken dishes, duck dishes, some cheese, some chocolate. This is so versatile and just absolutely amazing. It just fills you with all of these different senses. This is, like I said, a 2019, so you can feel free to age this for a little bit. Wonderful, wonderful magenta color. And the color on this is just beautiful. We hope you're enjoying the wine club. If you're not part of it, we'd love for you to be. So feel free to reach out, ask questions, or just go ahead and join. Santé.